Alright, so I'm gonna go now from like this little pre-solo thing straight into the solo, play through the solo, and then I'll break all of it down for you. So, here we go. There's also, by the way, there's a little loop behind the solo just so you can kind of hear it and keep time and all the rest of it. So, here we go. Sounds like this. Basically, we'll start at the top of what I just did. The little intro to the bridge, or the bridge, pre-solo, whatever you want to call it, is very much like the pre-chorus in that it's just a couple of power chords just hanging on 2 bars apiece. So the first one is an F sharp power chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. E power chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. D sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2 bars, and then E. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 2nd fret power chord, open power chord, 5th string 6th fret, 5th string 7th fret, and then we go into the solo. And the solo is played over this like just over that riff, basically. So I've gone ahead and looped that, and then I'll play over it. So here's the beginning of the solo again. Listen to the loop. And then the solo. And it goes on and on like that. So I'll break down the beginning of the solo. So all you're doing is basically hammering on 2nd string 14th fret to 17, and you're barring your 1st finger on 14th fret, and then you're playing 1st string underneath the bar. And you're doing that for 4 bars. So it's like a... And then you do that lick, where you're taking now the 17th fret, B string, and you're bending it up, and then like kind of releasing it, and then doing a quick bend and release, followed by a pull off. Like that. So if I were to do it slowly, it would be like this. Like that. And so that like bendy thing happens twice. And then it does it twice as fast. So the first one is long and happens for 2 bars. The second one is short and happens for 2 bars. So you put that together with the loop, it sounds like this. And then, after that, he does another one of these quick ones. And then he does another quick one, and then he plays high string 14th fret, and then he does a bunch of bends on the 17th fret. And so, the best thing that I can say is to listen for where those are, because they're sort of spaced in a, you know, not awkward way, but they're spaced not exactly evenly in each bar. So those high 17th fret bends, coming out of it, it's like... And then this last part, he does this where you pull off from 17th to 14, and then you hit 14 twice, and then he double times that. Like that. So take another listen. I'll play kind of from, let's see here, from right before the high string 17th fret bends. Right before that. So here's the loop. Okay, so you heard kind of where they're placed. Now the part after that, this... That's a really Princey thing to do, is to like hang on one note and accent that one note and make that one note really important. And that one note is F sharp. And we're just pulling off and reiterating the note. The important thing though is to, if you can, get vibrato while you're doing it. It gives a lot of tension as opposed to just... You hear how much more static that one is than the one with vibrato? You know, Prince played guitar like a vocalist. I keep saying it, and you know, I want you guys to get it because it's really important to think that way. If a vocalist is hitting like the highest note they can, they're never gonna just hit it and just like, you know, mainline it, just flatline the whole thing. They're gonna like vocalize that note and really like use their vocal cords and muscles to play with the pitch of that note. And that's what's happening here. You can hear someone like screeching that note with their voice and wavering it like we need to on the guitar if you want to emulate that. And the way you do it is kind of like staggering your first finger, the F sharp note up and down. Like that. Like that. And that's kind of the key to it. So once you get that, then you're pretty much there. The last part that's left is this kind of climb down. Where you're basically taking your pentatonic scale, F sharp minor pentatonic, but now you're kind of pulling off from 17th fret to 16 to 14, and then again on the second string, and now you're doing 16, 15, 14. So you got right there. So once again, if I go back and play the whole solo, it sounds like this. And there you have it. It's not the craziest solo, but it's really tasteful. You know, I mean, you've got a simplistic riff, and it shows you that you don't need a ton of notes to make really good music. You just need tension. So you create the tension by any number of things. In this case, we were creating tension by coming up with an idea, a riff. Listen. And then doing it twice as fast. You know, he does the same thing like in a ton of his songs. You also hear. Where you create like a little motif, or like simplistic rhythmic motif, and then you do it twice as fast. And it helps create tension, and then you end it with this, like, that's when your notes come in, when you can pick a bunch of different notes and your little flurry kind of like little guitar wheelie that happens all going, you know, descending and stuff. And that's really how you craft a great solo, because it's not always about shred. It's not always about impressing people. In fact, it very rarely should be. It's pretty much about playing the music and playing the song, and that's something that Prince does really well. So if you kind of check out the parts of the song and really learn them and internalize them, hopefully they'll improve your playing, your improvisations in all aspects of your music, because this kind of stuff is definitely useful, can cross over to a lot of genres. So have some fun with it.